brother came here, that Eric, my son-in-law, lovely man, he stayed home to take care of children. I appreciate your coming here without your spouse, your family, your children.
To do with it.
What else did I forget? Anybody? No. We were talking about Gulzar. I named this collection Gulzar to honor my aunts, because this is the piece that my aunt Gulzar gave it to me when I was a little girl. I was in elementary school, I don't know, 5th grade, 6th grade, I mean, that's ages ago. She gave that piece of brocade to me. She didn't have any children. She loved me very much. I knew this is something unique, but how much did I know? Elementary school child, how much did I know? But I enjoyed the color, and I saved it. I knew this is an heirloom. This is valuable. I have to save it. In Persian culture, every time a girl gets married, and also in Persian New Year also, we have a setting, a tablecloth. We have a setting that we do have all the elements that have a very unique meaning for that special occasion. Good luck for the wedding. This is a piece that I had in my wedding table. My mother put it right there. Every time a girl gets married, normally they put a piece of brocade, a piece of terme, which is a shawl, which is coming from the past, from the elders. It's a respect to the past, respect to the elders, and also we call it barakah, means being well-being, being good, with prosperity for the newly wed. Then I started, we got married, we came to this country in Penn State University as engineer. After that was done, my husband got a job at this university biochemistry department, and I started my graduate work here in the Department of Ceramic and Sculpture. That's when I graduated in 1982. Whew, it's history to some of you young people. Yeah. I never dreamed that someday I'm going to come here and have an exhibition of textile. Ceramic could be. I had, right in the center of this room, I had a student show a few times. And in Grinter Gallery, which rest of the pieces are there, make sure you see that. Grinter Gallery, which was a bigger gallery then, now they got half of it for the offices. I had my thesis show in there. So when Jennifer approached me first and saw a few pieces, Jennifer is director of the planet in Washington, D.C., approached me and said, I heard that you have a collection of textiles. I said, yeah, how did you hear that? Well, there is an organization in Potomac, Maryland, that every year they pick up a couple of houses, they sell tickets, they get the money, they collect the money, benefit of some charities. And in my case, and a choice of the house owner. So my choice was Children's Hospital. So the benefit did go to the Children's Hospital. So there was some article apparently in the local newspaper, and I think Jennifer ran that information, and she approached me. She said, "You are an alumni, yes, from our university. Why don't you come to the gala that we have? We have a dinner tonight that the First Lady of the Florida is speaking." Okay, she invited me and my husband, to go for dinner. We did go, we enjoyed the dinner, music, and of course the speech of the lady, First Lady. Next time she said, well, I would love to see some of your textile pieces. I said, you're welcome to the house. She came to my house one afternoon. I have few pieces on the wall. Not many, few pieces on the wall. I have to see them on the wall all the time. Otherwise, I miss them. I have a connection between me and them. And she came and she said, I love it. I love it. Do you mind, when she was leaving, do you mind to have few pieces, 3, 4 maybe, have it displayed in the Grinter Gallery. I said, Grinter Gallery is the one that I had my thesis showing there. Remember? Yeah. She said, oh, that's even better. We put the pieces in there. I said, fine, I'll be glad to. She said, I have to go and talk to the director of the gallery, see how their plan is, and if we can schedule it. They talked, and apparently they all came to them, let's go and do it. Let's go and do it. Okay, they called me. Next thing that I knew, director of the gallery and the curator came to Washington, D.C. in our house. It was last year's Easter Sunday. All day we did go through the process, to the pieces. Well, about 200 pieces. To pick up from each area one piece, or each style or color one piece. So we ended up with 50, 55 pieces to display here in this exhibition. A lot of work, of course. That's 8 months, 9 months. I was not ready, actually. I was off-guarded, but I was so excited when they offered. I said, fine, but I wanted, as soon as possible, they be exposed. And you never know what is going to happen next day. I was thinking of finishing my book, writing a book about my textile and my collection, and having a show combined with a book signing and exhibition show. So I said, I can keep the book for later. Yes, obviously. So here we are, last 8 months we've been working on it, back and forth, telephone conversation, conference call, many times it's not easy from distance, and emails was working all day, a couple of visits from them, their side, my side, so we made it, and you are welcome to the Garden of the Heart Desires, part of Bazaar collection. I'm just, somebody was looking at my pieces, I remember that. A couple of times I've been called, how did I do that? Even myself, I was amazed, how did I do that? It started with a little piece, how did it end up? But many times when I was doing research for my ceramic in Iran, before revolution, even after revolution, I focused on the garment and outfit of the people, village fathers, village people, city people, what do they wear, and it always attracted me. And I was thinking, looking for a piece to find out. They directed me, if you go to so-and-so souq, if you go to so-and-so bazaar, you can find so-and-so man. They have some pieces you can buy. At the time, when we were younger, I could not purchase much. Our income was very much limited. I was a part-time art teacher. My husband was a researcher. If we made enough to get the family going, that was enough at the time. So I missed many things, many pieces. I still have my eyes after them, the Persian expression. I couldn't get them at the time. But later on, when the children grew up, they did go on their own way. Whenever I could find something, I acquired, I got them, I collected them, and they ended up being, all of a sudden I looked at it, I said, oh my God, it's going out of hand, it's going out of control. There are so many pieces, what am I going to do with them? Okay, I said, okay, let's just put them in a foundation. Under a foundation, so they never disappear. They stay as long as they can. So we established a foundation. It's MGF, it's raising culture and social awareness through art. Yeah. MGF, Mahin Ghanbari Foundation, raising cultural and social awareness through art. So I was happy with that name, but I was looking really forward to such an exhibition like this, to put them all together and to be displayed, and I'm so glad it happened and it's here. I thank you all for being here. You really honored me, but more than anything else, as I said, you honored those people who made them. And as I said, their spirits are here and they're very happy and they're thanking you In their behalf, I appreciate your coming here. I appreciate your appreciation of art. Thank you very much. If you have any question, I'll be glad to answer. We can go around and yes.
Mahin, you talked about the techniques, and if anyone has any that they really want to ask about, there's so many different techniques being used in here. You know, I'm curious, and also geographical locations. So I think people would like to hear about that.
All right. The height of the textile in Persian textile, Persian history, is in Safavid period, from 16 to 18, or I should say even some from 15 to 18, from Safavid period. The Safavid kings and court people, they were really very much supportive of Persian art. They made so many studios and art centers, facilitated them to make the superb things. Many of these pieces that you see here, especially the Terme brocade, which I point out when we go around, they were meant for garments. They were meant for garments, for the court people, affluent people, not just me, not just anybody. Yeah, they made robes out of them for the kings, princes, for the court people. Up to 1925, which Pahlavi dynasty took over, they banned the robe of honor. They call it robe of honor for the people in the court. All the kings, princes, they used to wear robe with those handmade shawls, very expensive and fragile and beautiful pieces of fabric. They were wearing robe. And then Reza Shah Pahlavi, when the Pahlavi dynasty took over, they banned the robe, and the country is shifting toward westernization. He wanted them to wear suit. And this way the garment has changed, and people converted those garments to the piece of fabric, tablecloth, wall hanging, you know, giving mother to daughter, coming from the grandmother to the granddaughter. So, because ornamental things and decorative things. Other than that, they were meant, those shawls were made particularly for the dress. But rest of them, they are so